Right, so Kai, what do you like about Vice Shorts?
I love precise damage, and as an Australian Weiss player, I love life and sunshine.
Ah, okay, I think I have the perfect card for you.
Hey everyone, surprise, surprise, we're going to be revealing more Y Schwartz cards today, and if you're wondering why we're revealing Y Schwartz cards on a Vanguard channel, that is because you should be playing Y Schwartz as well. It's a great game. I play it, I love it, and just jump into it. Find your favorite set or series or thing, right? There are big sets coming out very soon, such as Saikano 2, Quinn's getting another one as well, Avatar The Last Airbender. Hey, it's a good time to start playing. So just find what you like and just jump into it, right? Today, we are going to be revealing some 7 Deadly Sins Revival of the Commandments, basically set 2, right, cards. And we're going to start off with probably the most coolest character of the entire series, Escanor. So first off, we have Escanor, Wielder of Ritter. So his effect, he's a level 0. He looks very weak. He's like a 500 power dude. What's going on here? Well, his effect is when this card becomes reversed, if this card's battle opponent is level X or lower, you may put that character into your opponent's stock. If you do, put the bottom card of your opponent's stock into their waiting room. X is equal to the number of Escanor, Wielder of Ritter in your waiting room. So basically, the more copies of him, the higher level he can send to stock, right? So a lot of you would have seen this effect before. This is basically one of the level reverses, but unlike the other level reverses that you might have seen, which do have specific conditions, like, you know, they have to be a specific level, like level 0 reverses, or they have to have fulfilled a specific condition, like they have to be early played out. This one is relevant basically for the entire game. It doesn't matter what level your opponent is. As long as you have multiples of him in the waiting room, he can reverse anything. And if you've been playing the current competitive format, I'd have to say, there are some very juicy cards you want to get rid of, such as Aquas, Aqua Clones, Laplaces. Whole Life has a lot of these very annoying effects that this guy will take care of. But then you also have the annoying standby decks that like to put out 1/1s with Encore that kind of stick on the board, and then they pop out 2/2s that, you know, also stick on the board and kind of win lanes and make you feel very bad. You can't run over their cards. This guy takes care of all of that as long as you have enough of him just in the waiting room, and you can probably even, if you can't win a lane, right, you might as well make sure your opponent doesn't keep a lane as well. So it seems like it's definitely quite a unique effect. I don't think we've seen something like this in the past. So very good. A great start for the Mr. Sunshine himself. But let's take a look at some of the other cards we have too. So the next one we have is Escanor, Master of the Tavern. So this effect is auto. The cost is 1 stock and put 1 Britannia character from your waiting room to the bottom of your clock. So you kind of, if you've been playing, the veteran players kind of know where this is kind of going. All right. So effect is when this card is put into your waiting room from the stage, you may pay the cost. And if you do, you come up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 2 Britannia characters from among them, reveal them to your opponent, put them into your hand, and put the rest into your waiting room. So basically, this guy, you can plop him off early or late if you want to. At least when he dies or goes to the waiting room, he can replenish your hand, right? So it kind of makes up for himself. This is the kind of card that actually the Wielder of Ritter, the card before that we just saw, would be very good against, right? You don't want your opponent to kind of continue to like maintain advantage after just popping a card down and bashing you. But this is actually a very nice card just to have to be able to maintain a nice early game. The next card we're seeing here is this level 1 Escanor Flashback. Now he's only got 3,500 power. He's got quite an interesting effect. So first we have the Cont effect, which is during your turn, if you have another Britannia character, this card gets plus 3,000 power, which is quite nice. You know, it's a very simple plus 3k effect. 1065 during your turn is okay. You can run over things. But the second effect is auto. When this card's trigger check reveals a level 0 or lower card, this card gets +1 soul until the end of turn. And climaxes are regarded as level 0s in this case. So basically, if you trigger anything in your deck, you will usually get a soul, right? So you can run a more heavier level 0 count, which, you know, is good. It's nice and stable. And if you play this card, hey, he's basically a 2 soul beater without even playing a climax, which is not too bad, right? Not too bad. Next, we also have Escanor, the Lion of Pride. This is the true one. You can see this is a more high rarity card. It's got that Deadly Sin rarity, right? The stamp. The auto effect here is when this card attacks, if you have 2 more other Britannia characters, this card gets plus 4,000 power until the end of turn. So it's an 11k beater. And the second effect is auto pay one stock, put 1 card from your hand into the waiting room. When this card's a battle opponent becomes a reverse, you may pay that cost that we just talked about. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent. So it doesn't have any restrictions on what it can reverse. You just have to reverse something and you are winning, right? You are winning right there. And so you can just bully weaker characters and get that kind of extra damage in if you want to. So it's just a nice, decent card. But I think a lot of people will be waiting for this last card that we're going to see here. And this is Escanor, Arrogant and Powerful. So this is very, very hard. He's got huge abs. I think that's an 8 pack, is it? Right? 8 pack. First effect, auto. When this is placed on stage from hand, you may put the top card of your clock into the waiting room. So it's just a nice normal heal effect. And the second effect, when this card attacks, if Master of the Sun is in your climax area, let's take a look at this card. So here we have that. It is a choice climax. So there we go, right? Combos of choice, not bad. But let's go back to the effects. This card's soul is 4 or lower, and you have 4 or more other Britannia characters. You may pay the cost, which is 1 stock, pay 1 stock, and then put 1 Escanor Master of the Tavern from your hand into the waiting room. So that's the level 02k that can kind of replace itself. If you do, during that attack, when this card deals attack damage to your opponent, deal 1 damage X times to your opponent instead. X is equal to this card's soul. This damage is not damage caused by an auto effect. Damage may be cancelled. So I think we've seen this effect. If you play the Japanese game, I think some pockets had this on one of their cards, but that actually had a lower soul threshold. So that was a 3 or lower soul. This one is actually 4 or lower. So you could deal 4 instances of 1 damage with Escanor here, Arrogant and Powerful, right? That's actually a bit scarier, right? A slightly bit scarier. The cost is a bit higher though. You have to discard a specific card from your hand. But when you look at the soul threshold, you can direct attack with Escanor. So if you can bounce things, you can hit that 4 soul threshold, and then after that, you can trigger another soul, and it becomes like you can deal 5 instances of 1 damage. And if you run 2 soul, you have a chance of triggering even more. So this is actually a pretty strong and scary finisher, I have to say. Right? You don't even need a reverse. You just need to make sure you have 4 other characters on the field. So you can usually guarantee to get one off unless they play an anti-damage card. But yeah, if you're doing like 2 instances of Mr. Escanor, Arrogant and Powerful here, you have a very, very strong finishing turn on your hand, right, on the field, right, basically. And if you don't even have a climax combo though, he's still a heal, so it's not too bad. I know there's players out there that really like their finishes, and this is a finisher. All right, this is a finisher. So that is all the reveals we have today of Escanor. Remember, if you like 7 Deadly Sins, make sure to check out for more reveals. I'm sure there'll be more to come, and go buy the sets. And if you like other Weichschwartz sets, go buy them too. Right? Thanks for coming, everyone, and I'll see you all later. Bye.